Hey y'all. All right. I know y'all probably like, Dad, she in the car. She said she was gonna do another ride with me, and hey, better late than never. Better late than never. But yeah, so we doing a ride with me now. And I got a nice little ride ahead of me. So I figured we would ride together. How about that? Um I know that one of the things I said in my last video was um, giving myself the option of so that I can move and do what I need to do from a health standpoint, giving myself the option of getting up earlier and doing my exercises versus trying to do them when I get home. So this is the first day, and no, I didn't get up early to do any exercises. I should have, but I didn't. So um, we are going to just take it day by day and see what's what. I'm turning on the heat because it's a little chilly. It was like 46, I think it was this morning. And yeah, it was a little nippy, but I get in my car in the garage, so I don't have to worry about being exposed to the elements. And then when I get to work, I park in the garage. So, and I walk through a covered area. So if it's raining or it's cold or something like that, um, I don't have to worry about it, which is really good because, not everybody can say that. But yeah, so today was my long day. Um, for some reason, probably like the last 2 hours of my shift, I developed a knot in the left side of my neck, and I'm sorry if I'm making the mic scratchy, but I have not been able to work it out. So I don't know where it came from. I thought it might have been how I was holding my head, but I'm like, no, because I'm not holding my head any kind of odd way. But, oh, excuse me. Y'all, I'm so jelly. I'm so jelly. My best friend been gone. She's on the last of 4 cruises. She did 4 back-to-backs. And I think it was on the same ship, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they changed ships. She did 4 cruises back-to-back. And she said on one of the cruises that, like, when she came in, she started texting me. And I said, asked her, did she get off the ship? And she said no. She said they didn't make them get off the ship. And I also kind of feel like she might have had the same room. I'm gonna have to ask her if she had the same room, because that would be nice. You do 4 cruises back to back, and you don't have to move your luggage. You don't have to get off the boat. But that's I got to think about how long she been gone, because I feel like it's over a month. It feels that way, because I know she was doing 2 of the first 2 equated, or maybe it ain't. Maybe it hasn't been a month, because the first 2 equated to 9 days, because she did a 5-day and she did a 4-day, and then I think she did another. Yeah, she did another 5-day, and then I think this last one is a 5-day. So what's that, y'all? 9 days and 10 days, so that's 19 days. That's still a nice little stretch to be gone. So I got my heat on, but She did one where I think she was gone for 2 weeks. Like the cruise itself, I think lasted for 14 days, if I'm not mistaken. Like she was on, like that one cruise was 14 days long. Have y'all ever cruised that long before? Not me. The longest one I've been on is an 8-day, and that was with her for her birthday. Which, yeah. So when she left, I think the second cruise this time was during her birthday, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, she just been out there doing her thing. So I'm trying to think when she said she was supposed to be coming back. I just know when she left this last time, but I don't know how long she was supposed to be gone. Whether it was supposed to be 5 days or what. 5 days, 7 days, who knows? I have to find out from her. But I know she gonna let me know when she get back, cause she gonna text me, "Hey, best friend." And the weird thing about it is, you know how you're so close to somebody that when they text you something, you can actually hear their voice. Is that crazy? Is that me, or is everybody like that? Because sometimes when my daughter texts me, ooh, I keep pulling on this thing and forgetting this mic is here. Sometimes when my daughter texts me, or my husband or my son, even my mom now, sometimes when they text me something, it's like I can hear them actually saying the words. And somebody said that to me the other day. They was like, "Girl, I was doing such and such a thing, and I just heard your voice saying something. I don't know what it was, but I thought that was interesting because I thought I was the only person that experienced that. But let's hope this traffic keeps moving because she ready to be home. And I don't have to cook today because we got leftovers from yesterday. Of course, I didn't bring my lamb because I did the smothered lamb patties with roasted vegetables, and I didn't put rice with mine because I just felt like that would be too much. But I did rice for my husband, and he really enjoyed it. He said, because I messaged him and I was like, "How was dinner?" Because when he got home, I was asleep. So he said it was great. I was like, "Oh wow, thank you." Sometimes stuff would be real good to him, and he'd just be like, "Oh, it was pretty good," And I'm thinking, it must not have been that good if that's how you describe it. But I just love when people enjoy my food, like the food that I cook. But yeah, so anyway, so I had a salad. Um, I know my nutritionist does not like, not my nutritionist, my wellness coach. She does not like when I eat salads at lunchtime. But the thing of it is, sometimes that's actually better for me because I don't be feeling like nothing heavy. And she's like, that's when you need to be eating your carbs and blah, blah, blah. And I get it. I get it from a nutritional standpoint. But sometimes the body wants what it wants. And a lot of times during the day, a salad is all I can handle. You know what I'm saying? Something nice and light. Of course, then that doesn't mean that I get home and I eat heavy, at night, because I don't. That's definitely not what happens. My husband be fussing at me sometimes because sometimes I just don't be hungry. And like when I have my long day, what I do is I have my breakfast, and I'm just saying, like, bringing it, not actually eating, you know. So I'll bring something for breakfast. I'll bring something for lunch, and then I make sure that I have at least 3 snacks. And the reason I have 3 snacks is because it depends on what time I eat breakfast and what time I eat lunch. Because if I end up going to lunch, sometimes I go to lunch, go actually sit down and eat with, one of my coworkers, and I'll eat what I brought or whatever. But I'll actually have lunch with them, him, her, whoever it is at the time. And they go, some people go early, like 11 or something like that. And for my long day, you got to think that's only a few hours after coming in to work. So if I have an early lunch, then, and it's my long day, I'm not headed home till 5 o'clock. So say about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'm looking for something else to kind of nibble on. I'm not starving, but I'm looking for something else to kind of nibble on. So that's what that third snack is for. And that's given that I even get the other two snacks down me, because we just gonna tell the truth. Sometimes it don't happen. Sometimes it don't happen. So I had my breakfast today, and I had my salad, but I also had my water, and I ate some of that watermelon that I cut up. So, yeah, excuse me. Anyway, I'm at a complete stop right now. I'm hoping that this is not like, because everybody else in this lane is stopped, and these people look like they stopping too. So I hope we're not gonna be backed up. But I'm just gonna be riding. Normally I'll be listening to my Sirius XM Heart and Soul. I love that channel. My husband get in the car sometime. He be like, "You don't want to listen to something else?" And I'm like, "No, I mean, cause," and I'm being perfectly honest when I say sometimes I'm in the car and I'm just it's the soothing music, because they don't play like a lot of boom to the boom to boom, that kind of stuff. It says R&B from back in the day. No, what is their slogan? R&B from today and back in the day. So y'all know R&B is kind of chill. They do got some nice little, beats and stuff, but I don't be wanting to hear all of that. I just be wanting to relax and ride and get to my destination. But he likes a lot of and my best friend is like that too. That's funny because she said, "Girl, I don't understand how we got so much in common." She likes gangster rap, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I just turned 50, 56, turned 56. My husband's 58, and she is actually a year older than my husband. She's 59 years old. And that girl be jamming to some gangster rap, and I just be cracking up laughing, because she'll be like, "Have you ever heard of such and such a person?" No, she won't say that. She'll be like, "Girl, I was listening to," and she loved Mystical, baby. She was like, "Girl, I was listening to such and such a person, whatever, whatever. And you remember that song back in the day? Da 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 da." And I'm like, "Who is that?" She was like, "What do you mean, who is that?" I was like, "I don't know who that is." She said, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" Child, she be naming those artists, rap artists and stuff like that. And I don't know them people. I don't know nothing about them people. And then when she talking about, now, don't get me wrong, I used to listen to rap, and I love Tupac, and I'll enjoy some Biggie, but it's like the mainstream music. Like, it's not like Prince. Like, I know songs and stuff by Prince that wasn't released on the radio. Like, you had to have the album in order to even know the song I'm talking about. So that's how it is with, from what I understand, with all artists. There are songs that they actually release on the radio, and songs that people are like super familiar with. And then there are songs that are on their albums that, unless you have actually purchased or you have access to the album, you won't even know what those songs are. And so I'm not saying that that's what defines a true fan or not, but what I'm saying is, if it wasn't on some of these rap artists, if it wasn't on the radio, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So she be she she be so done with me, honey. But my husband can keep up with it, because he likes that kind of music too. And it's not just gangster rap. It's, I don't know, their taste in music is just different from mine. I like stuff that got a nice beat, nice hook and all that stuff too. But I don't know. I just, give me Prince, give me Bruno Mars, give me some balladeers, like Anita Baker and uh Shanice Wilson, and uh I mean, I can name, especially this day and age, Ari Lennox, Um, some of these male and female artists, that they're actually writing their own music. Some of them play instruments like her. You know, they're not just out here, on stage performing, and somebody else is doing writing their stuff for them. They're they're doing everything from the beginning to the end, and they're actually writing music and putting stuff together for other artists as well. Because there's some artists that I'm hearing like that are coming out now, but they've been out. I mean, they've been out because they were just because they weren't performing the music. It doesn't mean that they're not well known, like in the industry. They're well known in the industry because um, they were writing for other people or background vocalists for other people. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that what's that child name? Because it's one young lady, and I'm not gonna take anything away from her. She's talented. Carrie Hilson. Um, I don't know. It was something came out about her, and I was kind of giving her the side eye. I was like, I don't know, but uh, I think you know if I'm not mistaken, I think they were interested in telling her story, or she did an interview or something that was kind of giving the backstory of like what happened, why she. I won't say disappeared from the music industry, but she like got real low key for some reason. But yeah, so Carrie Hilson, um, there are some. I'm not gonna say undiscovered talent, but there's some really, really great people, vocalists and otherwise, like Dondria Nicole. That's my girl. I discovered her when she was on YouTube, and she used to do duets and stuff with Broadway. And so far as I know, Dondria got signed. She got signed to a label, but I don't think Corey. They call his name is stage name is Broadway. I don't think he ever got signed. Not so far as I know. I haven't. I've been like I caught back up with him on YouTube to try to see. You know how you say where are they now? Like what are they up to? I haven't heard from them in such a long time. Because I know he did some stuff with Dondria after she got signed too. But I don't know why it doesn't look like he's gotten signed to a label. Because what made me fall in love with them two, period, them individually, they are phenomenal. But them together, oh my goodness, they are unstoppable. So I don't know how they didn't wind up like actually making it together. But anyway, the song that really got me, and I didn't know a lot about this song until I heard them do it, because I kind of heard it once or twice on the radio, but it didn't catch my attention until after Corey and Dondria performed it. It's Superhuman by Chris Brown and Carrie Hilson. And when I tell you, when I found that video, I played that song played the video over and over and over again. It's like I couldn't get enough of hearing it. Just beautiful. I mean, just, oh my goodness. It had me captivated, like for real, for real. And so what I did was I actually went and I found the video of Chris Brown and Carrie Hilson singing that song. Man, let me tell y'all, if y'all have not heard of Dondria Nicole and Corey, they call them Broadway, y'all need to go search on YouTube, and if I remember it, I'll drop the link for the video in my description so that y'all can check it out. But Dondria, she's released a couple of albums, and I might be messing it up for her under or downplaying it, because I don't know how many albums total she's released, but the girl is bad. I love her, and she shows records herself as she's like keeping herself in shape, and she has a monster gym routine. I'm like, that's the only way you're gonna get a body like that. Cause this girl she be putting in the work. And I mean, and she just got married. I'm so excited for her. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She's just really doing the thing. So yeah, young artists who are, you know, I don't feel like they get the recognition that they really deserve. But I don't know how that whole process works, you know, because I know of people who, when you listen to their story, they'll tell you, you know, I've been doing this for 10, 12, 15 years, you know, I've been in the game for this long or whatever, and they're just now popping out. Like, you've been in the game for this long, but where you been? It's like, I wish I'd have known about you when you first started, because I'd have supported. But from what I understand, I mean, you got some people like Queen Naja. I'm not gonna say she's an overnight sensation, but it seemed like her journey from YouTube to mainstream media was much quicker than Dondria's was, and I don't know why that is. But yes, a lot of artists that get discovered, you know, on YouTube, because that was the thing, you know, people were doing, is getting on YouTube and doing covers and, you know, making music and stuff like that. And it's funny too, because there's a couple artists that and I've seen it, and I have almost done it myself. There's a couple of artists where you'll see in the comments, somebody will be like, somebody need to sign this person, somebody need to, and they'll be tagging different celebrities and stuff like that. And then you'll hear somebody, you'll see somebody type, they're already signed, they got an album out, they on this label, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. And I'm sitting there with them going, okay, they already signed to a label and they're already out, you know, like as an officially signed artist, but I've never heard of them. And I don't know if it's just because there's so many people, but there are some people who are really into music. Like, I have my friend, my coworker, I love her to pieces, because you can talk to her about any movie and she will give you a Siskel and Ebert type of breakdown of the movie. And it is such an awesome experience, because she lights up, like, talking about movies and TV shows. And she's one of those kind of people that watches like the award shows. Like, she can tell when somebody is going to win, what is it, an Oscar or something like that. But anyway, you got some people like that with music, where I don't care what genre it is, I don't care if it's a male, female artist, if it's a group, whatever. If you're talking just straight music and like what's current, what's old school, you know, different things like that, you got some people who will be able to tell you every single artist ins and out, what type of music they sing, how long they've been around, if they play an instrument, if they did crossover music, you know, like, say for example how Beyonce crossed over into what is it called, country music, you know, different things like that. And let me tell you the weirdest thing, though. I'm not gonna say the weirdest thing, but one of the weirdest things that I experienced is, and don't get me wrong, if y'all are Swiftie, please don't come for me, because I don't know her music. I don't listen to her music, and it's not because I don't like it. I've just never thought about it. So maybe I have to invest some time into checking out Taylor Swift's music. But one of the weirdest things that I experienced in a really long time, I'm not gonna say in my life, but in a really long time, is my daughter's reaction to the mere mention of Taylor Swift. My daughter is absolutely in love with Taylor Swift, and I did not see that coming. Y'all, I did not see that coming. And when I tell you, she don't be playing. She's not just saying she's a Swiftie. She's not just saying she's into Taylor Swift as a person or her music or anything like that. She's not just saying it. This girl, we were somewhere and they started playing Taylor Swift. Not just her and my son was bouncing around, singing the lyrics to the song word for word, verbatim, like I would a Prince song. And my mouth was open. And I was sitting there looking like they had two heads because I was like, what? Wait a minute, this don't make any sense. And it was so hilarious to me because if somebody would have said to me, hey, your daughter's into Taylor Swift, I would have called them all kind of lies. I'd have been like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Not my child. Taylor, what? No. It was just hard to me, but some people gravitate towards, like for me, it's about how the music makes me feel. It's about how the energy that I get from the music. It's about what the lyrics say to me and what the instruments convince me of. So like I used to do this thing where when I listen to, and I keep referring to Prince because anybody who know me, y'all just get over it, okay? When I listen to Prince, I used to pick out like the different sounds of the different instruments and stuff. And when I'm listening to the music, if somebody is listening to it with me, I'll be like, did you hear that? Can you hear that? This, that, and the other. And I remember one time, me and my husband, I want to say we was driving from Houston all the way to Florida because my husband's from Florida. I want to say we was driving all the way from Houston to Florida. And during this time, I was reading this book that had came out about his life. And I was like, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember, just different things that was happening in the book. And it kind of, it didn't just mention it, it kind of broke down like the meaning behind the different situations that was going on. So like us in the public may have only heard about like bits and pieces of it, but the book actually gave details, behind the scenes of things that were going on. And so I was like, oh, wow, is that what was happening when, during this time and da 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 da. But I was reading that book, and sometimes I was reading the book to my husband. During this time we was traveling, I brought my entire collection with me, and I was swapping out CDs and stuff. And, I wasn't always playing the whole CD. Sometimes I was playing just certain songs, and I would explain to him like the meaning of the song and why the song was created and different things like that. Then we start dealing with like dissecting the music and the instruments and just understanding, helping him to understand what he was hearing. And so even my kids, like for the longest time, my kids talked about that trip because there was so much knowledge and education that went into like the conversations, because it wasn't just about Prince. It was about understanding music and, what music does to people. And, I don't know if, I think I might have mentioned it in a video here and there. But if I didn't, um, one of the things that made me fall in love with Prince and his music is because during the time that he came out, I had just moved to Texas. Little girl, I had just moved to Texas. And in a lot of ways I was rebellious, but in some ways I was seeking attention because of things that I was going through. And his music, it saved my life because, and I know some people, oh, if I ever meet him, I'm gonna tell him. Y'all, I said for the longest time I can't meet Prince because I will be a blubbering idiot. And I regret that I didn't get a chance to meet him. I wanted to meet him. I actually took when I was working for a health insurance company, I was sent to Minnesota because that's where the corporate office is for training. And I went the weekend before because I said there is no way I'm going to Minnesota, and I'm not going to Chanhassen, and I'm not going to Paisley Park. I sought him out, and child, the reason is because during that time he was throwing a whole lot of parties, and all I kept saying is I'm going to a Prince party no matter what. Well, the weekend that I
You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
If you're not already a member of the Fetch fam, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and download that app, scan my QR code, and get to scanning those receipts. You might as well take advantage of it. You're already spending the money. The receipts translates into points, the points translates into cash, and you can redeem that cash via store card or cash card, or you can donate to charity. Well, all right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, but you know we don't do so without saying, love yourself, love somebody else, and until next time, y'all take care. Bye.